So as far as I know, yeah, we haven't, the game hasn't, because the game is not complete, right? This is still on early access, so we don't have the Cove and we do not have the Darkest Dungeon, but we have these three over here: Ruins, Wild, and Warrens. But we're gonna have to complete missions in order to unlock them. So there's gonna be a lot more things that we can do. For now, we only have this one, which is Skirmish, which means complete 100% of rune battles. Unholy abominations turning the light against itself. Meet them in battle and learn how they fight. So in the ruins, I believe you find a lot of unholy enemies, like undeads and stuff, and that's where the Crusader kind of excels, because you can see that his damage is improved by or versus unholy, so that's what he does. You do want to bring him over. So that's pretty much what this game comes into. Like, this is what it does. The game is going to be very difficult unless you like maximize your potential, and that's all you can do, because it's all going to be like coin tosses. Are you going to hit, or are you going to miss? Are you going to crit, or you're not going to crit? Like, is this ability going to hit you a lot or not? Like, it's how much stress are you going to get here? Okay, you want to clear, you want to open a chest. Is it going to be bad, or is it going to be good? Like, it's all just chances that you're going to take, and the whole point of being good at this game is maximizing your potential, right? So that's all, whatever. You guys get what I mean. So let's see. So the Plague Doctor usually likes to be either last or the one before last. We're gonna name this 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All right. So, oh, you can't see my mouse. God damn it. The first circle is 1, second circle is 2, third circle is 3, and 4. We're gonna name it like that, like position 4, position 3, etc. So I think it's gonna make it easier for everyone to understand. Whenever you make a team, it's it'll give you like a name for your team. In this case, it's the usual suspects. I think that only happens if you have these guys in the very specific order. So if I were to change the vessel for the Plague Doctor, it's called a Red Hook. I have no idea why. So this is the Tricky Glory, and this is nothing. The game doesn't expect me to do this because it's mentally retarded. What about this? No? No, it doesn't. Okay. So if the game doesn't give you a nickname for your team, you're probably doing something wrong, I would assume. Yeah, the usual stuff. Yeah, this is probably like a standard build. You have a tank, the DPSer, your Toxicer, and your healer. Like, it's honestly as standard as it goes. Now, our healer, I want to check. Yeah, he does have Divine Grace, and it has Divine Comfort. You want to make sure that if you're gonna get a healer, that he has this too, because they're pretty good. I'm gonna have to change some stuff for this girl, especially Mace Bash, because I'll never use this. You need to be on the front for this, and she's never going to. So anyways, we get rewards. You can see that we're gonna get some boss, some crest, and an item. You usually get different items. It depends on what mission. We only have them on mission, so let's go. We're dilly-dallying too much.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Jeez. So every section, in this case the ruins, has different items. You're gonna require different items for different missions, and honestly, you're gonna have to kind of fail multiple times for you to really understand what you need for every mission, right? This one is a short mission, so we're gonna use only one shovel. Usually for short missions, you either don't need any or you use only one. We're gonna bring one of each, maybe 2 skeleton keys, and that's it. And this, 6 torches. The holy waters, the herbs, the bandages, and the antivenoms, they all have their uses. For your characters, antivenoms obviously clears you of poisons. Bandages can clear bleeding. Herbs, you diseases and maladies, and holy water doesn't do anything for you, I think. I don't know if herbs even does anything for you, but you can also use these items, and the reason that I'm buying them is because you can use those items to further the chances for you to actually obtain something good from items that you find on the ground. You're gonna see what I mean. Let's go. The ruins bear all the signs of your ancestors' frenzied diggings. Okay. That's just like lore stuff, which I guess you guys probably don't care about.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Yeah. So, clear 100% of room battles. It's kind of annoying in the sense that you're going to have to complete every single square on the map. If you can see that on the map, every single square we're going to have to go to, because if we accidentally miss one... Oh, we got surprised. Damn it. If you accidentally miss one square, then you actually have to go all the way back, and even if you already killed all the enemies, backpedaling messes up your torch, and obviously because of that destroys your sanity. So you really don't want to backpedal at all. It's not bueno. Now we got surprised, which means that our team got completely I mean, it gets meshed out, which means that now I'm gonna have to kind of fix them up in the middle of combat, which is just not something you want to do. Oh, one-hit kill. That's pretty nice. Alright, so we are gonna move this guy all the way back. This is so awkward. There we go. So this is okay, because I can use the mace badge of the girl to attack anyways. But I think I want to heal her. Korean Blight. It's asking me to cure the Blight. Oh, she cannot heal at all when she's in the front. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I guess we can just attack. Not a big deal. It's really not what you want, but...
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Jeez. It's so messed up when they surprise you because... Yeah, she can only heal if she's on the back side of the team, so... It really messes you up big time.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Alright, so let's fix this guy's up. Because, you know, reasons. There we go. So she's blighted, so we... Oh, fuck. I meant to do that. So we can cure her by using the antivenom, but I'm gonna save the antivenom for, you know, if we find something that we actually need it for. We got Onyx, which is just like a bunch... It's just money, really. We just get a lot of stuff that is just for money purposes. Now, since this is just level 1, it's gonna be pretty easy. I don't really expect this to fail, although it very well could if I mess around.
Fiend.
We got Plague Grenade. Oh, he has no healing. Sometimes you can get healing on the Plague Doctor, but the healing is not that good. Plague Grenade hits the last 2. In this case, there's only 1, so it's kind of a waste. I don't have the normal grenade. That's pretty bad. I like the other Plague item ability. Because it attacks anyone. It's like... It only attacks 1, but it hits a little harder. And for this spiders, you want to do that. Because I think they're very resistant to Plague. No, actually they're not, which is weird because they're spiders. They're poisonous spiders, so they should be resistant to that. Oh god. Whenever you get critted, you lose a lot of sanity, so you really don't want to get critted. I mean, if that is not obvious enough. But the thing is, when you are the one critting, you actually also restore sanity. So that's pretty good. So later on down the line, the way that you go about, you know, becoming really, really good in this game is by making sure that all your characters are critting a lot. Because when you crit a lot...
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
When you crit a lot, you regain a lot of sanity, and that's how you survive countless dungeons without really losing your shit. So it's pretty good. What is this? This is Renting Blast, so it shuffles. See, it's pretty bad. This guy has really bad skills, which is really screwing me over. There's nothing I can do about it because I don't have the guild, so I'm gonna have to earn the guild before I can even do something about it. It's just the worst.
A victory, perhaps a turning point.
There we go. But yeah, I'll leave the narrator for a while.
This expedition at least promises success.
I'll leave the narrator for a while because I want you guys to experience what it is to have him, because he's kind of cool. When you're playing by yourself, he's really nice because he just makes everything so much more interesting, and he's so deep. But actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just lower the volume. It's probably better. So music, I'm gonna put it to 25. Narrator, I'm gonna put it to like
hold fast.
10.
A victory.
Yeah, I think that's fine, and I think everything else is okay. Let's go for that. Lore effects. I don't think I ever saw this before. Save. All right, we'll see how this goes. But there you go. Let me try the sound. The sound seems okay. Alright, so Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden, I don't think there's a single way for us to gain something good. We might be able to try bandages, but this is how it works. If you're playing by yourself the first time around, usually what you do is, well, a noob mistake would just be to open the torture device and search it, which is probably going to backfire, probably close on you, and you would get like claustrophobia or something, which is a bad thing to get, of course. We can try an item and see if it works. The item had no effect and you lose it. In this case, I don't want to try it because I don't think there's anything I can do, so let's just keep moving. A lot of those are just traps, and I don't want to try the 50-50 chance because it usually doesn't go in your favor. Because if it helps, like if you actually win the 50-50 chance, then all you get are items. But if you lose it, you get a bad quirk, and bad quirks are so much worse than getting a good item. Like it's the cost reward is just not worth it. Now let me lower this and lower this. This should be about right. There we go. All right, so let's heal up. Plague Doctor. So bleed does allow me to. Alright, you know what? I'll just kill this one.
Executed with impunity.
Pretty good. These guys are unholy, so I should be able to kill this guy. No, I will not. Damn, you see, I hate this. Like, it only hits the last two, so it's kind of a mess. I guess I could kill this guy, or I could leave it for someone else. Let's kill it. It's always better to kill somebody.
Give them no quarter.
Alright, we're pretty much back to full, which is really good. Usually healing in this game tends to be weaker in the beginning, but very strong in the end, so as you level up, you'll notice that... Let's just improve this guy's damage. As you level up, you'll notice that damage onto you, it becomes less and less, like, worrisome. You can heal it up really easy, and you will never really die. But what starts to become a real big deal is the stress. So you're gonna get a lot of stress as you proceed through the dungeons. The higher level the dungeon, the more stress mechanics that you're gonna have to deal with. Some enemies will straight up just, like, increase your stress by, like, 20% every single attack, and that's just a problem. So, the concept of, like, bringing guys like the Jester, for example, who's, like, really good at dealing with stress and stuff, or using, like, a Crusader as a healer, they become more, like, the necessity for those guys becomes more real, which is really good. But for now, really, I mean, stress is not that big of a deal. I don't think so, at least. Healing is kind of where the problem lies, because a really bad crit on you can pretty much, like, almost kill a character. And the healing is so slow and so, well, low that, you know, you might actually die in this early stages. This is a heirloom chest, a chest with your family sigil. You're gonna open it. There's usually a good chance. I think it's probably like a 75% chance of getting something good. But if you use the key, you get more items and you increase that chance to 100%. So you always get something good. There we go.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Jeez. Alright, the packs are always good. Always open the backpacks, always open the crates, the wooden crates. Bookshelf, I don't think there's anything that I want to do here. Let's just keep moving. I don't want to try and get some bad quirks. Now, what's going to be the goal of this playthrough? I think my goal for this is really only going to be to kill the 4 bosses. I'm not sure how far I want to take it, because this game can go on pretty long. Like, if you really want to kill, because you can kill every boss on the 3 different levels, because I guess I should preface that by saying that there's 3 different tiers for levels in this game. Levels 0 to 2 is one tier. Level 3 to 4 is another tier, and then level 5 and up is the next tier. Characters that are level 0 to 2 cannot play on anything higher than 2. Obviously, it makes sense, right? But then what is a little bit more nonsensical that you should know is that characters that are level 3 and 4 cannot play on 0 to 2. So, if we don't kill a boss... If we don't kill a boss on the higher tiers with our army, if we get to higher level, we're gonna have to create a different army to challenge those bosses. It's something that you guys are gonna see as we proceed. It's I don't know if it really makes that much sense as I'm explaining it to you, but you guys are gonna see what I mean. It's just something to keep in mind, right? The levels do matter to some degree. So more than just sometimes you just don't want to get better. You know, sometimes you just don't want to level your characters too much, because then it might actually be a problem. So we're gonna have to be smart about the way we proceed through the game. Oh, dodges and misses and that sort of thing. It's gonna be a big pain in the ass early game. You guys are gonna notice. I don't really like this one, but I don't really have that many choices, to be honest. Look how long it takes for me to get back to, like... Oh my god. How long it takes for me to get my team back in order so that I can actually use my abilities. It takes forever. But it's just what you have to deal with in this game. It'll really mess you up. I don't really foresee us dying, but... I mean, if we get really unlucky... anything can happen, I suppose. Alright, so we're gonna just heal ourselves here. Oh, heals can also crit, by the way. Alright, so in this case, Weber is really weak, and this guy is full. I'm just gonna use Grape Shot so that I can hit all 3 and hopefully kill the first one and damage the other 2, so I don't waste my turn. It's pretty good. It's a pretty strong attack, especially against weaker targets like this one's. Oh my god. It's a very strong attack though, because it hits by 4 and then it blights you for 2 damage for 3 turns. So it's pretty much like 6, 8, 10. That's 10 damage that every single one of these guys are doing if they hit you and the blight hits you. It's pretty painful, man. Now, I believe the Crusader has a chance, every time he kills a target, I think he has a chance of getting stress relief. So he's pretty good at usually staying like sane, which is one of his main things. Like that's what he does. He's just a really sane person. So when you're camping, most of his abilities in camp usually rely on like making sure that your team is very sane and making sure that everyone's cool. He's a cool character for that.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright, we get another torch. Sometimes you get also items like really good, like, I don't know, gold and stuff.
Radiance, may we find victory.
This is where you use the shovels. Usually you only need one shovel on a short mission. And if you're doing a medium mission, you probably usually need two. But, you know, sometimes they don't appear. Sometimes they do appear. It's really just kind of a gamble sometimes with that sort of thing. I think we're going to lose this. The problem is that the Plague Doctor is being completely useless. The Plague Doctor is usually really good because it blights people, and eventually the blight just kind of starts hitting really hard after a while because it just keeps on accumulating, which is really, well, fantastic. Oh boy. The problem is that his abilities are really crappy, and I think we're just got unlucky. I don't know if the first characters always start with the same stuff. They actually might, just to make sure that you don't get completely fucked over, but I wouldn't put it out that this game would probably just try and screw you over as much as possible. In this case, though, his abilities are just really bad. And I'm just not happy at all. Not happy at all. Also, the heal that you usually want to do is the one that heals everybody, because usually you get more reward for using that than using the one heal. Because the one heal is going to heal for either 3 or 5. Or 4, right? Between 3 and 5. But if you heal everybody, sometimes you get 1, sometimes you get 2. So imagine a standard scenario where you get 1, 1, 2, 2. That's 2 plus 4, 6. So that's already like just an average roll on the everyone healing. It's already higher than the highest possible roll on a single player healing. So the amount of total possible healing, like you're getting more by just healing everybody. Obviously, if your character, one of them is like really dying, you really want to make sure that he's healed up. But for the most part, if everyone's okay and you can afford to do that, always heal everybody because you just get more. Those are small little details that you need to start worrying about if you really want to succeed in this game, because this game is an asshole, man, and it's not gonna relent. Like, it's really not going to. I'm gonna kill the Acolyte. Those girls really dodge like a lot, so kind of a pain in the ass. Stressful incantation is not really gonna hurt you, but it's gonna increase your sanity and lower your torch. So, all right, she's gonna die by bleed next time. The blight. I mean, next time she attacks. So that's pretty good. There we go. Not doing too bad. As long as you're not attacking the tank like a dumbass, then you should be okay. This guy has 24 HP, so you really want to make sure that you kind of attack the weaker targets. You know, you don't want to fall into that hole where you're like wasting every single one of your attacks on the strongest one. We can probably shuffle. Make sure that this guy goes in the front so he's easily killed by us. I'll do this. He critted the only one that I actually didn't want it to crit. I should kill it. No, it resisted the bleed. Axe blade. Alright. Alright, well, it should be pretty easy from here on out. We have a lot of bleed and toxic abilities, so. See, that actually healed us for 2, 4, 6, 8. Man, that's crazy. That's way more. That's like double the average of what we would get normally if we just healed one person. That's kind of insane. And it's always gonna be like that. Now, there's more healers in the game. It's not just the Vestal, and every healer has the most optimal solution to, you know, how to heal your party, but for the most part, the Vestal is probably the best one. It's definitely my favorite, though. I know a lot of people might disagree, but there we go. It's finished. Those were all the rooms, so we could explore more. We could explore more, but all you're gonna get is more items, and our inventory is already full, so I don't think there's any reason to do that. We might fall into traps, which might give us negative quirks, and most importantly, which is honestly the most important thing, if we continue to proceed with the dungeon, we might actually get more stress, and that's something that you definitely want to avoid. Now, sarcophagus, I believe we can use the holy water on it. Nope. We can waste anything because all of these items are actually gonna go to waste if we don't use them now, so might as well just try a lot of stuff. I don't think any of these work, so we might have to just like... Yeah. Torch? No. Key? No. We might have to try. Uh-oh. That was pretty bad. Thanatophobia. Oh my god. Yeah, so, you see, that's why you don't want to open things unless you really have an item for it. Otherwise, you just get fucked. It's our fault, though.
All my home. We reclaim what is ours.
Get a lot of heirlooms, which is fantastic with gold. Gold is really what you want. Don't worry about the heirlooms currently. I mean, obviously, the more you have, the better. But, like, treasure, gold, man. Gold is just... the root of all evils, man. It's... it'll make you happy. So, yep, we got everyone to level 1. And these guys are on their way to level 2, which is great. We get Deadly. It's an extra crit. Slayer of Mankind. Accuracy versus humans and crit. Gambler. In town, it will only gamble. This happens a lot when you actually... See, when you're trying to release stress, usually bad things happen that relies on that. Like if you send someone to go drink in the bar to release stress, there's a big chance that they might actually become drunks, which means that they will only accept drinking as a form of stress release. They will no longer flagellate themselves. They will no longer take the brothel. They will no longer pray. And it might actually screw you over big time because you have to improve every single thing. So if you spend all of your money and heirlooms improving, say, the bar, and then all of your guys are prayers, then, you know, like, you wasted it, a lot of emblems. So that's something you want to avoid. These things are kind of bad usually, but that's the reason why you don't want to get them stressed off a lot. Even if you have a lot of money to pay for their stress relief, you don't want them to be there in the first place because they might get things like this. 10% damage if Torch is above 0. It doesn't matter because she's a healer. Really, couldn't care less about it.